And we are live. Hello, morphemes, phonemes, and graphemes. Welcome back to some more JSOP conlanging. Where we left off, we were discussing the TAM, tense, which is a future, non-future, aspect, mood, and evidentiality. And we will continue that today, or at least making... no, I should have done that in my free time, shoot. We will continue that, but for now, I want to focus on something slightly different. And that slightly different being deixis. Because every language that I know of, except for German, places importance on deixis. This, that over there, here, there, over there, so on and so forth. So we technically already did temporal deixis with tense, but now we need spatial deixis. I was thinking of doing a multi-way, I was thinking of going heavily into deixis. I kind of already did it in a past conlang of mine that I was streaming for this world, but I think it would be an interesting aerial feature to have, having multiple ways of deixicity that are similar to each other because of language contact. So talking about that, let me actually pull that Untitled World project, Marseille, planning, there we go. Okay, so in this language we have proximal here, medial there, distal over there, and a fourth of invisible, unseen, far away. That seems good. So I do want to add some more distinctions. So if we have proximal here, I think we'll just stick with. Then we'll can split up into two medials. There, there by you. There between us. And then distal over there by them, over there by none, by nobody, and then invisible, unseen, far away. I think my voice is being captured. just check his channel. Is the sound working? Okay. That way people who watch this later don't get choppy audio. So we have a 6-way distinction. And now there are multiple ways we could have deixis marked. We could have it just simple. D will be for determiner. Determiner plus noun. Noun plus determiner. We could even do determiner and then add a measure word in there. Which I'm pretty sure the measure word comes after the numeral and all that comes after the noun, yeah. Which I'm actually thinking of the way I'm going to do this is have the determiner come first and then have the measure word come after if the noun is monosyllabic. Monosyllabic noun, and then D plus N for just straight up for multisyllabic noun. Which, I don't know how natural that is, but I don't particularly care about naturalism. And so that is for, let's see, how am I going to do this? Gonna need some words to use. Is qi being used? Qi is being used for to hear. Qi, but qi isn't. So let's add increase that qi for here, this. Actually, let's not make that low. Let's make that qi. Get a rising. So this as a demonstrative, and then if it's a falling tone, it's this as a pronoun. Qi, qi. And then in formal speech, it be qi son. Yeah, I decided to use Engma. Oh. Nah. For that demonstrative, why don't we make little columns? demonstrative pronoun and then adverbial for locatives. So here, there, over there, etc. Don't need that. So, clee. And what am I gonna do for place? Do I have a word for place? Spot. Area? Nope. So let's just do ko. Nope. Na. And then na. Song. I just realized I took the word from Mandarin. Whoops. Na ko. Na ko. There we go. And then yeah, contraction of naki. By you and by me, between us. Okay, there we go. Then distal. This is a conlang I am making, a analytical conlang for a world I am building. I'm streaming it partly to motivate myself and partly to show that analytical conlangs are fun. They can be interesting. You don't need fancy inflections in order to make a good conlang.
How much longer are you streaming for?
50 minutes about. Why?
1-5?
Yeah.
Okay. Tell me when I can play guitar before.
Okay. Okay, so currently I'm working on the deixis, or the pointing of the language. So we have here by me, there by you, there kind of between both of us. And then what should I? Sure. She. Oh, that should be she. And that's she. Which obviously is a compound of that, informal language, and then she ko. Thank you. Then two more ones to make. Ru. I did not bring Tonya in, but Edward did.
But is she with you?
No. Sister's looking for her dog. Roo. Roo. Song. Ruzong. Actually, in compounds, voiceless stops a voice between vowels or after nasals. Voiceless obstruents. Let's expand that. So this is Ruzong. Zong. Ruko. 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 And then do we have a lun? No, we do not. Lun. Lun. Langko. Langko. Okay, there we go. So these are our deixis. So this, let's use examples. So nai is apple. So if you wanted to say something like this apple, it would be qi, qi, nai, koi. I think that's the measure word for it. Oh, forgot the H. And this would compound. So qinai koi. This apple, literally this apple round object. If you wanted to say that apple, this apple by me, na, nai, koi. That apple by you or you're holding. Actually, I could make a little thing to demonstrate this. Knock my pie. It's like gonna close my door. There we go. That apple by us. So on and so forth. And then if we take a multisyllabic noun, which, yes, I do have apple tree. Venai. Venai. So if it's a multisyllabic noun, so this apple tree, that apple tree, that apple tree, it would be qi, venai, with no measure word afterwards, because it is multisyllabic. I think that makes sense. And I quite like that system. So I'll have to put that into the grammar doc soonish. But before then, Let's finish tam. So perfective, stative. For stative verbs, the bare form is used to mark a state that no longer exists. The subject, I should say, subject was in that state, but no longer is. So let's copy and paste this example sentence. Nunca she. Which this would be a very weird sentence to hear. The bread was baked, but no longer is. Did it get unbaked somehow? No idea exactly how that would work. The future marks the state it will be in. Will be in. Nung ta nunca she. Future. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then next up is the perfective. Perfective is often considered the base form and states that the subject is in said state. So deuk, deuk, it's a rising tone. How did I mark that? Yeah, with just be made bread. The bread is baked. Bread will be baked. And then finally, retrospective. The state the subject was in. Retrospective marks the state the subject was in with present relevance. I don't know how better to describe that. And that is marked with Jung. Bread was baked. Jung have made Okay. I'll have to come through here later and fix that. Oh, wait. Mood. Almost forgot mood. I want heading 3. Modality. Never mind, I want heading 2. Modality. JSOP only has 3 moods. The unmarked indicative, the imperative, which is marked with, I think I said yo or ya. Ya. Marked with ya. And the optative that is marked with yo. There we go. Yo. And then heading 3, imperative. The imperative is most often used for making commands of someone else. In which case okay. In which case the second person pronoun is also used. Yeah. Imperative. You make fa ka ka, not fa, ka nung sheya make make bread. If the if the first person pronoun is used, its meaning changes to let's do something. Let us. For I make bread imperative. Let's make bread. Okay. In both meanings of the imperative, the pronouns may be dropped and precise meaning can be inferred through context. Okay. And then optative. The optative is used when saying one would like something or would like to do something. So, in that case, 可能谁哟哟 I want to make bread. And then if we change the verb to something like young have, that should be, these all should be lowercase actually, since they're not beginning of the sentence. Whoops. I want bread. It can also be used as a polite request marker when asking for something. May I have the bread? Did I ever go over how questions are formed? Okay. I want bread, and then copy paste that. Something when in a question. Yeah, I never figured out how questions work. So why don't we figure that out real quick? Add some space above deixis for questions. So a simple yes/no question. We could make it as simple as, say, having a rising intonation at the end of the sentence. Or, could also do duplication. There's a lot of options for interrogatives. But Oh, those are all big. There we go. Could also have a particle. Could also move the verb, but usually when there's verb movement for interrogatives, it's the verb going to the beginning of the sentence. Or the interrogative in general going to the beginning of the sentence. I also don't have negation, do I? No, I do not. So why don't we also work on negation, which I might just go simple and have it that after, in yes-no questions, or in interrogative sentences in general, le is added after the verb. So to ask something like, did you make the bread? Nung le she. That would be, did you make the bread? And then if you wanted to do something like, who made the bread, or what did you make? Who, what, and then actually we should have who, whose, and then who oblique. And then what will function more like a noun. Let's see, what could I do for who? Lo, 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 long, and then lon. Pronoun, pronoun, pronoun. And then what would be lan? And this functions more like a noun than a pronoun. So lo nung le she, who made the bread, and nung le lan, what did you make? Actually, we could also treat hun more like a noun as well, which would change some of these example sentences slightly. Hmm. It would mean multiple things can't go before. Okay, let's just delete that for now since that's no longer applicable. Is that the only example I had of hun? That's the only example I had of hun. Whoops. But that is interrogatives. And then negation. How do I want to do negation? I could actually mix it up with deixis a bit. So, So basic negation, let's say, ends with a bo. So for you did not make the bread, it would be ka nung bo she. And then so this would be something like you did not make bread with emphasis on the make part. But if you wanted to emphasize the bread part, it could be something like she, and then do I have a measure word that goes with she? I just have round I do not seem to have a measure word for bread. So in this culture, what type of bread would they make? They're nomadic people. And I think they would make a flat bread. So it could be something, measure word for flat objects. So a measure word for flat objects po. Po. Let's do po. Measure what flat objects. Say po. That shouldn't be a question mark. You did not make bread. And then it can also appear before, actually after nouns, after pronouns. For you did not make bread. So it's emphasis. The negation particle goes after the pronoun or the verb that it emphasizes, but if it's emphasizing a noun, then it's treated like a demonstrative. Yes. I quite like that system. And I think that is where I will call it for today. I gotta remember to actually input this all into the grammar doc. But tomorrow will be more Baldur's Gate with Kate on the second channel, and then yeah. Either way, until next time, I bid you all adieu.